In this video, we will show you how to replace your horn assemblies on this Honda Accord. These will be located behind your front grille. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Before we can start removing the horn assemblies, it's important to make sure you disconnect your negative battery terminal. We'll use a 10mm for this. Turn the mounting nut just enough that you can release tension and pull this out of place. We'll set that aside so it's making no contact. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. We're going to remove the front grille by removing several Phillips head screws across the top. You'll find there's 5 of them. Inspect your mounting hardware as you remove it, replace it as necessary. The third one's located directly in the center here. Use a magnet for this one. At this point, it's pretty much dislodged, but what you'll find is you have 2 push clips holding it to the vehicle. We're going to take hold of this, give it a light tug straight forward. There we are. With the grille assembly out of the way, we have a clear view of both of our horn assemblies. The process for one is the same as the other. To remove the horn assembly, start by disconnecting the wiring harness for them. You'll find that it does have a locking tab. Squeeze it in and disconnect it. A quick inspection for corrosion, of course. Assuming that looks good, set the wiring harness aside. To continue removing the horn assembly, we'll be removing one 10mm headed bolt. Remove your horn assembly from the vehicle. To install your brand new horn, you're going to have to remove the original connector from the wiring harness. We'll use some cutters and cut the wires here one at a time. We'll set that connector aside. Continuing on, we're going to remove some of the outer insulation here, exposing only the wiring on the inside there. We don't need to expose very much. Once you have the insulation off of there, we'll just take that wiring, give it a little twist, and an inspection. Make sure it's in good condition. Repeat the process for the other wire. Now that we have both of those wires spliced, the next thing we need to do is install connectors. When you do this, you want to go ahead and slide it all the way on there as far as possible. Once you're sure that you have it on there as far as possible, we'll continue on crimping it down. There we are. We'll give that a little tug to make sure it's completely secured. Do the exact same thing to the other wire. Let's get that other one on there. Crimp that down as well. Once again, double checking to make sure both of these are properly secured. Now we can prepare to install our horn assembly. What you may find is when you go to install it, the wiring might not reach properly. If that's the case, you need to loosen the center mounting nut. That way there you can make your adjustment. We'll use an 8mm for that. Once you do have it loose, you want to try to get this into place and see exactly where it needs to sit. On my application, I'll have that bracket facing towards where the horn sound will come out. Now we can prepare the horn for installation. Looking along the backside, we're going to remove the mounting bracket. This can easily be done by removing this 8mm headed mounting nut. Set that aside. Make sure that's nice and tight. With the bracket installed, we can start connecting the horn to our wiring harness. There's one. There's the other one. We'll give those a little tug to make sure they're properly secured. Now let's get this aligned with the mounting bracket. Put this up on here. Slides right on. Let's get that mounting nut on there. Start it on by hand, snug it up with your 8mm wrench. Okay, right there bottomed out. Just make sure that's nice and snug. Double check to make sure it's completely secured in place. Now the process is the exact same thing for your other horn. Now we can prepare to install the grill. Before we do it, have a look along the back side. You're going to have an alignment tab, and that'll slide into the headlamp assembly. You have one of these on each side. Let's carefully take this, align those alignment tabs, and press this into position. With that pressed into position, you can continue on to all 5 of your Phillips head screws making their way across. Let's start in our mounting hardware here. Let's get this one in here, right down in there. Once you have all of them started, continue on with aligning the grill. After that, snug them up. Let's make our way over to the negative battery terminal. We're going to reattach this. We'll press it on there as far as possible, use our 10mm, and make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our front grille assembly. At this point, you want to go ahead and close the hood, take your vehicle for a road test, and listen for funny noises. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.